In this video today, I'm going to be talking about what Family Tree has to offer us and also how to navigate within it. Whereas in the last video, I talked about FamilySearch.org and what it had to offer us, which you can see that right here on this page, how it has the tree for us, this search engine, memories. All of this has to do with FamilySearch.org and what we can do with it. Well, in order to get into the tree, all I have to do is hover over Family Tree and click on Tree. Now you're going to notice at the top of here, I already have all these tabs open, but that's only so I can move quickly because my internet opens up way too slow and I don't want to waste your time. So normally to get into the tree, once again, just click on Tree and it brings you into the last view that you were viewing on your tree, which for me it was the landscape view. Pay attention to how when I came into this tree, I still have the option of all these different tabs up at the top of what FamilySearch.org has to offer me. But everything below this gray line is everything Family Tree has to offer me. So I just want you to be aware of the difference there. Above the line is Family Search, below the line is Family Tree. Anywhere in the gray, if I left click and I move this back and forth, don't let go of your mouse, you can just move your tree around. That's how easy it is to navigate in there. These center people are my core or my root couple. Everybody to the left of them are their descendants. Everybody to the right of them are their ancestors. If I want to jump into more descendants, I'll just click on these arrows over here. If I want to go click on more ancestors, I'll just open up these different arrows and that gives me the ancestors. You'll notice that some of these different ancestors have little, I call them carrots or drop down arrows next to them, and if you click on that you'll just see different spouses that are hooked to Horatio, and over here with George you'll see the different spouses that are hooked to Eva. So also we've got the children. If you go click on different children, you'll see the children to those couples, and you can actually add a child from this view. You can also see that different couples have icons with them. Let me close this and I'll just move this over for a minute so you can see this option here. If you click on options, it allows you to see what all the different icons mean. At the top is all the temple work and you can see what those icons mean. If I don't want to see those icons, I can literally uncheck that box and it takes them away. So you have the option to view this any way you would like to. You can even click on invert colors and it turns it dark. Or I can click print, and if I do that, it's going to put this core person in the center of this print off sheet and do a 4-generation pedigree chart on them. To get out of that, you just click anywhere in the gray. Now over here on the left hand side, you have the ability to view them in different views called, so we've got the landscape, the portrait, fan chart, and descendancy. I've already previously opened these so you can see them. Here's the portrait view, and when I'm in here I can also click on that little name and it brings up their summary card, and I can quickly jump into their detail page wherever I'd like to. Then you can go over to the fan chart, and this for me is essential when I'm ready to do descendancy research. I always come into my fan chart first to where I can reach out here to people born in the late 1700s and pull them into the center, and then I will start doing descendancy research to eventually get ready to do temple work on them. Here is my descendancy research view, and in here you're going to notice all these different portraits that are showing here, and for me it takes up way too much room. So I come over here to options, I uncheck portraits, and now I can see a much clearer view of this descendancy area to where I can now jump in here and find ancestors who either need some cleanup work or even temple work done too. Let's go back here to this landscape view. Now I can also open up these different ancestors and move this screen all around, and if I want to get right back to that core person and put them up at the screen to where I see them, I come over here and I click on recenter and it recenters it for me. Or if I'm clear out in nowhere land and I can't figure out where I am, I want to get back to me really quick, all I have to do is come back up here and click on home, and that's going to put you in the very center or your root person in the center. You can choose who your root person is. I'm purposely not going to do that just to protect the living right now. You also have the ability to zoom in on your ancestors or zoom back out. Over here on the right hand bottom are tips. So wherever you're at, if you were to click on tips, it's going to give you I'm in the tree version of this, so it's going to give me tree tips if I need to learn how to add a child or learn how to add record hints or understand what data problems are. This is a great place just to get help, and if that's not enough help, you can go visit their help center. So I love how they offer these little light bulbs of tips in almost every view there is. Here on the top left is, if I click on tree, it's going to bring me right back to who I was viewing in this tree the last. So here it was Robert, so it just keeps me on Robert. If I were to click on person, it would actually bring me to the very last person I was viewing in their detail page. So every person inside of Family Tree has their very own personal detail page, and that's what this is. It just gives me an overview of their vital information, their name, birth, death, burial. It gives me their family members. I can scroll down and see their sources. So this is a great place to come learn about my ancestors. Coming back here, if I click on Recents, the top person is going to be you, and for me, my root person that I have set up is my grandpa, so I see him too. But everybody for you below the gray line are the last 50 people that you have literally been working at or viewing, and if you click on anybody's name on the left, it's going to take you to their personal detail page. But if you click on anybody on the right, you can see it says View Tree. It's going to bring you right to this view right here. I can also find people by entering their names right here or their ID number and then clicking Go. Or I can come down here and I can add an unconnected person. Every once in a while you'll come across a document, a source that you just don't want to lose the person that's on there, but they're really not family. So if you click on Add Connected Person, you can add that person who was on a census record, who maybe was a servant or just a person living with them, and you couldn't figure out how they were related, but yet you don't want to lose their information. Just come add them into the tree. They won't be tied to your tree at all. They'll just be out in the family tree dangling out there. You also have the ability to use this find function, which allows you to find people within the tree. And this is, remember, a world tree. And so in here, this is a great place to come look for duplicates. And you can add their name in. You can add all this different information in and click find, and it will go out there and try to find that ancestor for you. Or you can even come in here and find somebody by their ID number. This list area is all the people that I'm watching. So you can see over here on a person's detail page, if you see a star next to their name that's black, that means you're watching them. If it's white, you're not watching them. So under that list, these are all the people I'm watching. I always want to watch people that I put a lot of time and effort into, because if anybody comes in and adds information or edits or deletes, I will actually receive an email from FamilySearch.org letting me know that somebody's made a change on my ancestor. So then they give me that email once a week letting me know those changes, and then I can come in here and see what those changes are and if I'm happy with them. So hopefully I am. I can also come in here and say, let me see the changes to the people I'm watching. That here I've got 95 changes that have happened, but I like the ability where it says hide the changes I've made. So when I click on that, you can see that I'm the one that's gone in there and made all those changes. So I love that feature also. I'll click back on the people I'm watching and just know that you have the ability to filter, jump right into someone's name just by typing it in here. You can come down to the name and filter them all these different areas or with their vitals. So that's kind of helpful too. If I wanted to go into this person's personal detail page, just remember all you have to do is click on their name. It brings up their summary card, and you'll either click on their name again or down on person, and it jumps me right into their personal information. All right, let's go back into our family tree. We've covered all the information in Family Tree. My next video will be all about a person's personal detail page. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been really fun.